it's nice because you get the little images there.
Yeah, the
So
little graphic.
this is Guards of Abashan. This is a city guards on the beat fantasy game using Fate. And we're using Roll20 essentially to keep track of fate points, and if we need to kind of track space and so on, aspects, that's where we'll kind of keep track of things there. If possible, I'll try to keep it more abstract and descriptive rather than having to move things necessarily around on the table. We'll see how that goes. If fate, essentially, if uses the 4 dice plus the skill value. You declare what you want to do. When actions are essentially big failures, marginal failures, ties, marginal success, and big success. Fate uses the system of aspects, meaning that one of the things that you can do is you can do in combat maneuvers to put aspects on things, to unbalance people, to change the environment, that kind of thing. We'll go through the mechanics of that in a bit, but I want to kind of get set here. What I'd like to start is actually I'm going to have you guys all roll for your fate dice, and right now, and we'll kind of do that as a roll off for picks from high to low.
Okay.
Of course, we'll probably get some duplicate.
Although compared to -2, -3, I can't really complain. So.
Really low already.
Okay.
What happened there? I was trying to roll 4. Never mind that
You
one.
have to, when you're using dice stream, you have to clear it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Oh, okay.
it's added to the top. So it just added like 4 dice to what you rolled.
Okay. I'll clear
So-
that and try and... But it doesn't seem to be able to roll again.
Yeah, you have to put in the numbers in again.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
is
all
the
right.
Fate Dice one that you're using, Lloyd, is that better?
That's actually in Roll20.
The Fate Roller one rolls it, but it rolls it in the Hangout and doesn't show on the screen. Dice Stream rolls in the and what's called Dice Stream rolls in the screen, and that one rolls it in Roll20. So it's up to you which one you want to use. Personally, I like the Fate Roller one because you just push one of the buttons and it automatically adds everything up for you, whatever your bonus is. But everyone is using Roll20, so let's all just use Roll20. Otherwise, it'd be weird.
Chris and Lloyd, can you roll again?
Hey
for the
Chris, how about I tag the aspect of you just let me win?
roll-off?
Is that okay? That was
I
not
think-
what I wanted,
no.
Chris.
All right.
That was not. Oh.
So, Chris, there are 6 characters there. Cleric of Ink, the Elf Mage, Foreign Rogue, Gnome Brawler Healer, Precision Duelist, and the Slumming Noble Fighter. Which character do you wish?
I'll take the duelist.
Okay.
Damn! I knew it too. Oh, son of a...
All right. And you can edit the name on that. Lloyd, what about yourself?
Oh, I didn't actually know. I'm gonna try and I think I'm gonna be lame and I'm gonna pick the Gnome Brawler Healer.
Gnome Brawler Healer. All right. I'm going to put that there. So next pick is it? Let me check my numbers here. So it's going to be, I think the -1. So it's so you get a -1. So it's Nathaniel.
I guess I'll go with the Slumming Noble Fighter.
Okay. All right. And then Stephen.
I guess I'll take the Foreign Rogue.
Okay. And Jason.
I'll take the Cleric of the Inky Fingers.
Okay. All right. So when you pull that up, you will see on the first page of your journal there, there's a very basic outline of the background for the city. Essentially, this is an enormous desert bordering free city made up of multiple neighborhoods. It's ancient, it's been conquered, reconquered, deconquered, reconquered again over generations. and is a crossroads of peoples and races and civilizations and all of that. And you are city guards, and you are covering an area known as the Pit. Essentially, a couple of decades ago, some people were excavating and essentially trying to hunt for treasure, and they managed to cause a massive sinkhole in one of the neighborhoods, collapsed this giant section of the city, and since then, people have rebuilt areas there. Some buildings fell intact. Some areas were relatively preserved, but it has become kind of a slum and a hive of scum and villainy. And you are one of the guard units that is assigned to patrol over this area. You serve a figure known as a Sharl, who is in charge of the neighborhood, in charge of keeping things from getting burned down, in charge of keeping things from getting out of hand. And your particular guard unit competes with a couple of others, but you take orders from the sort of same sergeant. So multiple different fantasy races, both common and uncommon, various hundreds of gods, different kinds of magics, the very classic fantasy city. So think Lankmar, think Sanctuary, think Tanlorn, all of those classic fantasy places. One important detailed thing that shapes this place is that magic that gathers information doesn't work here. Scrying doesn't function. A lot of divine magic for gathering information doesn't function. And that's an important thing. It is a unique feature to this city, and it's has made it a refuge for a lot of people who want to escape magical detection, magical scrying, or even the direct gaze of various divine figures. So you can kind of glance to that. In each of those, on the second item has kind of a basic "Who are you?" that gives you a sense of what your character is like. One of the things you should do is you should give yourselves a new name rather than the descriptor there, that you can put that in.
Would that be under ID? Or
Yeah, I
just
believe if
ID?
you
Yeah.
type it in under ID, it should change it.
It's the thing at the very top of the screen, where you hit the edit button on the right.
Ah, the edit button. That's right. Thank you. And you
I
changed the
remember
name there?
from yesterday.
There we go. Okay.
Alright, new name.
And Cantankerous Tink. And that's
Just think,
the gnome.
please.
Okay, just Tink. Okay. And Istvan. Istvan. Okay. And let's get those there. I've got those there recorded. All right. Father Duplicitous.
Is there a way to get rid of those huge icons in the middle of the screen there?
Yes. Go to Settings, the little wheel, and if you go down to Player Avatar Size, change those to Names Only.
That's much better. Much gooder. I can actually read the damn thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I do that sort of out of habit, so I forget to mention it.
It's all good.
Okay.
Never used
And
it before, so we're good.
Finley is the duelist,
Yes.
and Nikephoros
Nicophorus.
Nicophorus.
Oh, something.
Stress is okay.
Yeah.
Nicophorus. All right. Are there any questions before we get started here? The skills are a little bit different than standard Fate Core, but the basics are that when you go to make a roll, you're rolling and adding the value that's associated with that particular skill. And you guys have your fate level written there, the number of fate points that you have. Yes.
Why do we have so many stunts?
Because it's a one-shot.
Because fuck the police.
Yes.
For the table. Stunts everywhere.
Yes. No, because it's a one-shot.
Get a stunt.
Absolutely. And that's a fair enough question. I like stunts, so for a one-shot, it's more amusing to have more stunts, I think.
No, I love my blessings, so yeah.
Any other questions?
Could you or someone repeat how to get rid of the big icons in the roll?
Sure. There's a little gear wheel. The settings under the Roll20, the last tab. You hit that, and you scroll down to where it says Player Avatar Size.
Yeah.
And you change
all player avatar. Yeah.
Yeah. To names only.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure.
Are any of us elders?
The elf would have been an elder. But no one took the elf, so don't have to worry about that. All right. So we have 2.5 hours to get something done, because the game is a 3-hour game. I've seen a case get done in 2 hours. I've seen it get done in 4 hours. You guys, we will move through. I will, if we get towards the end and we're close to finishing stuff, you will see me hand wave to get to the ending there if you guys are close enough. So just be prepared on that score. One of the things I do want to say, and it was a good question about the stunts, is I'm running the version of Fate that I'm comfortable with. There are a lot of different flavors of Fate. So if I'm doing something differently than you're used to with it, feel free to ask after we're done with the scene why we're doing something in a particular way or how you would carry that out. Because I have played with other people who have a different approach to things. So fair enough on that score if that occurs. The other thing I want to say is just a very brief thing. Chris has heard me say this yesterday. One of the things that I got when I ran at Gen Con this year, I ran for Games of Demand, and they had a system, something that's called the X card. The X card in the actual physical space is a literal card with an X on it. Here, it's basically if you can send me an X card in chat. An X card means if we hit something that you're uncomfortable with at the table, a topic or an event or some commentary that you're uncomfortable with, you can send that to me and we'll move past that. We'll kind of put that aside and we'll move on. It can also be, if something in the game is just generally bothering you about how things are going on. And that seems a little abstract, but let me give the concrete example of this. I've been running with my group locally for years and years and years. And after a particular session, I had one of the players, a guy I've played with for 10, 12 years, come up and say, if you don't stop putting spiders in the game, I can't play. And I just hadn't realized that this is a big guy, terrified of spiders. Hadn't said anything over the years, but it really freaked him out. And we had a long run with a lot of giant spiders at the table, and it was something that we hadn't been able to get out. So if we do hit something, some trigger or something, feel free to to use that X card to send a chat message, and we will move on past that. Any questions before I get rolling?
Not for me.
No, I'm cool.
Yep.
All right.
You seem to be on rails. Go, 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 go. You're on fire. Do it.
Okay. So here's the thing. You guys have come off a 3-day vacation. This is your days off. You're on for an 8-day shift and then a 3 days off shift. You don't know why they said it that way. It's crazy. It wears people out. By the end of that 8 days, you're collapsing, and you guys don't have a very nice bunkhouse. It is threadbare. You know that the Charl who oversees your area, you guys used to have a very nice set of quarters, but when he took over, he sold that and built this shabby place down here for you. And it is that morning, you guys drag yourselves in to your briefing, and your sergeant is there. Her name is Adara Delastus. She's old. She's old and ancient. She is wrinkled. She's been around the city 90, 100 years. She's human. Got the sort of face that is filled with lines of anger and hatred, as a sergeant should have. Yet she has her hair, great mane of still bright lion red hair. And she will motion to you all to sit down. She gestures. You guys have a group of 3 essentially slackjaws. They are foot soldiers that you can use to do things. They sit down at the back and immediately go to playing cards. And she will give you the briefing and the cases. And she will say, Charl Naleg send you his greetings. I should note that the 5th Swords, one of your rivals, took down Gentleman Lascelles, vampire thief.
No way.
Yeah. Quickly, it's another feather in their cap against us. You should note we had a freak magic storm come through. A lot of rain hit. When you're going around the next few days, you're going to have mud everywhere. So be on the safe side. Keep an extra pair of boots with you. You may have to pull some carts out, just to give you a heads up on that. In spite of all that rain, the cult of the Swan Damsel, they're doing their big festival up at the Pinnacle. Normally we would be covering that, but Direlon's Devils pulled some strings, and they're going to be doing guard duty on that, so no good free food for us this time. Anyway, be aware that the corpse coin block, because of that, is probably going to be hard to get around. If you're patrolling around, you're going to want to make sure that you're accounting for that jam up around there. All right. So here's the things. I got 3 cases that are hot. You guys need to pick one to get working on. You're going to have to do all of them, but pick which one you want to do first, and you're going to want to finish that out. So first of all, you know, we have problems with adventurers down here, murder hobos. Normally not that big a deal. They come down here, they check, they think that maybe through some of the broken tunnels and stuff they can go and find treasure. They generate some coin. Usually we get novices. Usually they'll get mugged and they head on back out. Usually. But over the last few weeks we've had more adventurers than normal turning up dead, clearly rolled and stripped and kiboshed in the back alleys or something like that. It's getting to be a problem, and you know, it means that we have to pay to have them, you know, bagged up and sent off. And again, usually wouldn't be that big a deal. We just would put more attention on it. But there was a noble's son who came down here. He'd hired an expert, quote-unquote, guide, a more veteran adventurer, to bring him down here so he could taste the adventurer's life. Well, that guide, we found him dead in an alley. Looks like they were rolling him, but only got halfway done with it. And the young noble we don't know where he is. Their parents are putting pressure on the Sharl, and the Sharl's putting pressure on us. So that's case number one. Find out what's going on with that, with the adventurers, and find out what happened to the son and this young, stupid noble. I'm assuming he's dead. They usually end up dead. If he's not, that'd be even better. And if you can make it so he's not dead, I don't mean through magic, if you can find him alive. That's number one. Number two, we've had some fires of late, and the vigilants, they're the firefighters that work around in the neighborhoods. They've been having some kind of territorial dispute. So there have been some outbreaks and stuff. Last night, though, we had a big fire hit a massive warehouse down here. There was a merchant around that had been planning on kind of setting up operations down in here, kind of expanding some trade and so on. Anyway, his warehouse got hit. He's freaked out. We don't know if it was arson. We don't know if it was magic. We don't know what it was. If it's a fire elemental that's on the loose, we need to cage that. If it's just some drunk mage, then we need to bust some heads on that score. If it's just a fire and the vigilance didn't do their job, then we also need to check on that. And the last one, I kind of almost don't even want to mention. We've had a series of thefts, of break-ins that maybe there's a ghost involved. People say they see a ghost. They say it's a haunting, and I normally ascribe it to that, but then afterwards they say that stuff was stolen. There's been some faces, figures at the windows. I don't know if it's a specter, a ghost, a ghoul, or a wraith or whatever. I don't know those things. But I do know that if it is one, we got to go hire a praetor exorcist and have them come down here and take care of it. So I'm hoping it's not. I think it's probably just somebody doing some jackass stuff and has got some magic item or something that's letting them look like a ghost while they're stealing stuff. So that's the last one. Go and check on that, find out what's going on, get it set. Any questions?
Yeah. Noble.
Okay.
Noble. What's his name and when he go missing?
The noble's name is a kid named Actiernan. Let's see here. What does it say? The guy who was his guide who got killed is a guy named Kajarin Tan. That happened the night before last.
2 nights ago.
Yep. Anything else?
Yeah. Do you have a contact in the vigilance fire group in case you do find something out?
Well, the vigilant who that oversees that is Bataza, her people. She would be the one that would have been overseeing the warehoused area. So that's the person you want to talk to.
And the break-ins, what was the latest one, or someone we can speak to at least?
I'll give you a couple of names, and she'll sketch down a couple of the locals that got robbed and hand you off those.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have to pick which case you want to do.
I think finding the noble is the most important.
Yeah, people die in the dusk all the time. I mean, we should probably figure out what's far more important than that. Blowing up the warehouse is losing economy. And there's something going around setting fires to things. Best take it out as quick as we can.
Yeah,
Or we can split up and try and do all three. Oh, okay, maybe not.
One case.
Efficiency is frowned on here.
Yes.
Well, in that case, let's solve the one that we think we can solve fairly quickly, and then move on to the next. Or just
quick. What if we find the noble half dead or half alive?
Then you've half succeeded.
Yeah, okay.
My vote's in the warehouse. What do you guys think?
I'm inclined to look for the
I'm
noble.
fine with the
'Cause-
warehouse.
I think warehouses sound good.
All right, let's do that then.
Okay,
Is
I'm
that-
hearing 3 warehouses.
That's
All
good.
right.
Noble. Missing noble.
Well, it could be that the undead noble accidentally set it on fire.
That would be the
All 3
greatest
cases
ever.
could be connected.
The undead noble setting warehouses on fires and then robbing places as a ghost.
Okay, how about this? How about we go to the warehouse and we ask around? If we can't get anywhere, we've still got half the day left and go to the scene of the crime for the noble. How's that?
That
Okay.
seems like a plan. All right. So typically, how I do this is, I'm going to cut to the scene, and you guys can decide how you want to look into things, whether you want to, pair up and do your investigation. I take the sort of gumshoe approach to things with most stuff. If you're looking into a particular detail, you say that you're investigating. I'll give you basic information, and then we'll make a roll to see if you get additional information. So that's generally the approach that I take with things. So you guys will head through town. As Adara said, the streets are muddied. You can see that the rain has washed all the dirt and filth out towards the middle, so you're kind of having to walk along the sides, but that's, of course, where people dump the slop onto the street. So you've got sort of sets of different rivers of various consistencies and smells that are going on through here. It's a mix of tightly built, close buildings and more open space here. You can hear off in the distance the sound of music. It does sound like the festival for the Swam Damsel is starting up. And you guys will make your way over to this area that seems to be more merchant-oriented. At least the sort of the pawn shops and basic supply places. And you will see that there is a essentially set of ruins there. Looks like it would have been a sizable, substantial warehouse, and it is clearly burned to the ground. There's the basic sort of outline of the building, a few wall sections still standing, but it is definitely completely destroyed. It looks like total devastation for it, which does seem a little unusual. So here you have local people, neighborhoods. You've got the merchant owner. You've got the vigilance, or the sort of the 3 obvious things on the table. How do you guys want to approach this? How do you want to split up? How do you want to do things?
All right, lads. I think we should go speak to Bataza because she's the vigilant group in charge of this area. If anything else, she can tell us how the fire spread, or at least tell us more about the fire than we would know. But that's my suggestion.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
Well, so let me write this down. So Tink, you say Bataza you want to go talk to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Right. Well, I think you should take a look at the warehouse and just examine it for any clues, any indication of where the fire started, what was stored in the warehouse, anything that seems out of place or unusual.
Okay. So Ishtavan is warehouse checking. Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
Yeah, I'd like to go talk to the merchant, see if pump him full for information, see if he owed anyone.
Okay. Father to the merchant. Okay.
I'll go with him. I'll go with the
Okay.
father.
All right. And we're going to send then Finley with that. And that leaves me with Nikephoros. What do you want to do?
I'll follow into checking out the warehouse, I suppose.
Okay. All right. Let's start with the warehouse investigations here. Istvan and Nikephoros, why don't you guys both make investigation rolls?
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
I'll
So 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And Nikephoros?
Sorry. -2, it looks like.
Okay.
Right.
And what's
Do
your...
you have what's your investigate skill?
I don't have an investigate skill.
Okay.
So we'll do you as notice. What's your notice?
I don't have a notice skill.
This is the guy who is dedicated to punching things.
Yeah.
Just loving it. I love it.
So it is a thing, Nikephoros, you kind of follow along behind Istvan. Seems like the right thing to do. It looks like a burned building to you.
Yes.
It looks like it must have been really hot. And just judging from the outside, kind of looking out around, either the vigilance didn't get here on time at all, or they didn't do anything. That's your assessment there. Seem reasonable?
Seems like it burnt down, Padre.
Istvan,
Yeah.
you will take a look around. You have a better sense of the things, and you'll kind of trace the outline of this warehouse. It must have had a substantial stores in it. The shelvings, it looks like they definitely a large room. You will the detail that will most strike you is as you get towards the very middle of the building, there is a circular section of the ground there, maybe about 10 feet across, that is the quality of the burning there is different. Some of the dirt and so on has actually glassed. The heat here must have been particularly intense, and it looks quite different to you from the rest of the complexion of here. Now with your investigate roll, the success there, I'll let you ask me 2 more questions that I will answer for you about the situation.
Can I tell if there was anything stored in the warehouse that should not have been stored here? Anything illicit about the warehouse?
Glancing around, checking it, it looks like must have been dealing in more common goods. Olive oil, wine, very basic kind of supplies and things. You don't see any evidence of sort of what you would call smuggler compartments or things like that. It definitely looks like the merchant was working above board. That would be your with your expert eye for these things, you would say that definitely not. Second question?
Right, and that suggests that it wasn't for with those sort of ingredients. It suggests that it wasn't the contents of the warehouse that caused it to burn so hot. So that's
correct.
Let's say second. What else?
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, give me a minute.
What I'll do is I'll come around to you on the next pass here.
We'll
come back to the question. We'll go to then the father, Father Duplicitous. So let me ask you, Father Duplicitous, do you introduce yourself as Father Duplicitous, or is there a nickname that you use?
I usually just go by father.
Okay. Awesome. So Father and Finley, together they fight crime. Will go and you will track down the merchant, and you will find him. His name is Abnero the Jackal.
Sounds like an
And-
honest sort.
Yes, he will look at you and he will be very pleased to see you, very excited, very effusive. Just, oh, the city guard, thank God you're here. I need this incident occurred. It happened. These things occurred, and I don't know what happened. It needs to be taken care of. And my goods are destroyed, and he'll lean in, and I don't think the vigilance did a good job.
What makes you think that, my son?
Look at the warehouse. He gestures to the big empty space. With your people walking around on the ruins on the inside there. So definitely you have the sense that he is sincerely and truly upset about this. How do you guys want to approach this?
Good cop, bad cop?
Well, I think you talk about it. We're not fucking a terrorist.
Well, our friends are looking into the warehouse itself. Do you happen to have your books handy?
My books were in the warehouse. They were stored in there. They are caught up in the flames.
You don't keep copies?
You know how expensive parchment is these days? No, I don't keep copies. Who steals books?
Well, you never know.
Telling the truth.
So let's have you, Finley, kind of try and do a read on him.
Yeah.
Let's do this as seems like a streetwise roll is a good way to kind of assess him here.
Got a little bit of that. Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, not.
You don't. It's hard to read this guy. He's a merchant. They're made of lies, so it's hard to tell the truthfulness of him. The one thing you will notice is that the locals that are around, they're not looking at him with hostility. They're definitely, he's not regarded, as an outsider or an interloper or anything like that.
He might not be a pillar of the community, but he's certainly part of it.
Yes. Father, what do you want to do? What do you want to ask?
Did you happen to notice anyone unusual around your warehouse before the fire?
Let me think. I don't think so. He'll kind of stop and consider that carefully. And he'll go, no. And he says, "Look, I'm paid up with the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild sent me they sent me a fruit basket. They don't like losing someone who pays them off regularly. They send it with their condolences. So I mean, if no one would cross them, they're the people I pay the protection money to. So if they didn't do it, I don't know who would have."
What kind of businesses are you into?
Well, one of the things is that I am a man of the people, and so I have been trying to expand into the lucrative trade down here. Most people ignore it, but I am working on setting up a series of delightful wine bars throughout the area here. I'm going to be catering to a crowd that enjoys wine that's been watered down.
What vintages were these wines?
The kind of wine that I speak of, I don't think the word vintage applies to it. Perhaps season might be a better way to describe it. It is a seasonal wine. Vegetal in some cases.
Oh, so who's your supplier for this seasonal wine?
And he will describe. Once you kind of get him on merchant stuff, he'll kind of describe the process of this, and you kind of put him a little more at ease. Is there what is the sort of the key thing that you want to learn from him in this conversation there, Father?
Is this a known supplier, a new supplier? Find out if just try to find out who the supplier is, and maybe eventually track that back.
Okay. He will give you the details of his olive oil supplier, his wine supplier, that kind of thing. And he'll describe them very generally. Nothing kind of stands out for you as those people being triggers. Like they don't ring a bell for you, but you will have those details in hand. Does that seem reasonable?
Sounds good.
Okay. Let me jump on over to Tink, and
So-
then we'll come back around. So Tink, do you want to have Bataza sent for to come here, or do you want to go to the Vigilance, essentially clubhouse?
Well, I'll probably have to go to the Vision Clubhouse because then I can find someone there who actually turned up to actually see the fire. But before I do that, what do I know about the Vigilance, especially Bataza's group?
The Vigilance, they are the equivalent of a sort of a kind of a street gang for hire, in the sense that different neighborhoods pay a certain fee to the local vigilance, and the local vigilance keep an eye out for fires, and when those occur, they go and they form the water brigades and so on, and they keep them down, because fire is a pretty significant threat.
How many people are in Bataza's group? Whatever her name is.
Bataza, perhaps a dozen.
Okay.
She's sort of in the mid-range. You haven't heard anything particularly bad about her group or particularly good about her group.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you'll head over there, and why don't you make a notice roll for me?
I don't have notice. Yeah, straight roll. Let's do this.
Great roll.
Fortunately, I have exactly 0.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, I just realized something. So one of the things I just now occurred to me is I lumped, for these characters, I lumped notice into investigation.
In that case,
to
I'll
double up
one.
some stuff. Yeah. So I apologize to you guys on that.
Can I spend a fate point with my trouble to Curious by Far?
Absolutely. Do you want to to kind of push that up to get yourself to a 3?
Yeah.
Okay, that seems fair enough. So it'll leave you. I'll let you guys track your own fate points. You can do that on paper or however you want to do that. So you kind of hear that there's definitely singing going on, that there's definitely a rowdy celebration, and we're talking mid-morning, but there's definitely the sound of kind of a party happening here at the clubhouse. And so you'll probably wander up, don't present yourself directly, but kind of wander around, and eventually kind of wander in, and you will see that there are a couple of vigilants sort of at the back door of the vigilance place, and they are drinking from wineskins, and they are very clearly drunk at 10 in the morning. And they will hey, and they'll hold out a wineskin to you.
Hey, yeah, wine. Give me that. Oh, yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
We're celebrating, guys.
And you'll look past them, and you can see that there are several casks of wine and jars that are sort of stuffed into the back room of this clubhouse.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I want to take one of those. I want to take one of those like wineskins. Like, yeah, woo, yeah, wee. And I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna walk in.
Okay.
So we had a party, guys.
You wander on in here. It looks like you got a 3, so we'll say that's that. So it looks to you like there are all kinds of wine casks and jars of olive oil and so on, and a lot of them have scorch marks on them. And they've kind of been stacked up back here, and the vigilants are drunk enough that they're not paying attention to your passing through.
Okay, can I note what kind of barrels they are, or some kind of identifying stuff on them?
Absolutely. You will probably see the mark that has a little, like a jackal's head on a number of these barrels.
Boy, this isn't suspicious at all. Guys, I see some barrels. They've got a jackal on there. I'm not quite sure who to blame for this. Is Balster there?
So you will wander through, and you can see that in the main room is another half dozen of these drunken, rowdy, armed with light weapons gang members, as well as the older Bataza with her sort of dirty blonde hair. She's in her mid-30s, one eye missing, the couple of fingers gone from some street fights. She maybe looks a little bit less drunk than the others. Are you trying to blend in, or what are you doing? How are you presenting yourself?
Okay. Do I have those? You said we have like these busybodies who stay with us, right?
You have 3 slackjaws. I will assume that they are outside.
Well, okay. Oh, in that case, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. In that case, I'm just gonna walk right up to Bazara.
Okay. And she'll look at you and kind of narrow her eyes, and she'll go, "Who the hell are you, gnome?"
Hey, what are we celebrating? The wine's really good.
No. I asked you a question. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Cantor Stink. Nice to meet you.
Well, and that's supposed to mean something to me? She says that in that way that you'll see the 6 guys in here kind of lean forward, kind of narrow their eyes.
Well, no, unless you've done something that you consider a crime. Have you?
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
I'm with the police. Just town guard.
There's a pause there that she kind of clearly stops to consider that.
And then I'm going to lean forward as she says this and be like, so tell me something. If a town guard happened to walk right into the middle of you guys having a huge party, probably violating 5 different kinds of laws, probably wouldn't want to mess around with him, would you? Can we talk?
Why don't you make a charm roll for me, Tink?
Okay, let's do this thing. Oh god, I just realized my charm is 1. Shit. Things I need to look up before I start playing the game. Oh god. Okay, can I spend a fate point to reroll that? Because sincerity opens the way.
Absolutely.
Woo! Oh, please God, don't be another -2. Another -2! I'm just destined to roll bad for this.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go for the +2, so your total is a -1.
Yeah. Because
and
my total had been a 1, and I was like, it's no point, must reroll.
She will stand up and she will say, kind of look around and say, "Looks like you're alone."
And it looks like you're within 5 meters of me. Also, I'm not drunk.
Okay. So you want to switch to more of an intimidate on this at this point?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Go for broke.
Okay. What do you want? How do you want to do that? What's your approach with that? What is it that you are using to intimidate? If you look at your skill set.
I'm a healer, right?
Yep. And a martial artist.
And a martial artist. Can I just sort of lean forward, like, so as she says, looks like you're alone. I'll just sort of like flex a bit, just take off my shirt so it shows my bulging muscles. I'm gonna lean on the table and be like, looks like you're within 5 meters of me.
Okay.
And just look perfectly calm, just looking straight at her, because there's no other target for me right now but her.
Okay, let's do physique roll. This is physique used as intimidate.
Oh God, please do not roll so badly, Lloyd, this time. Come on. The dice are just not with me today, but that's a 4.
That's a 4?
Yeah.
Oh, well, believe me, that's a 3 margin of success. There is that moment when you take that off, And probably with your guard jacket on, you can't tell, but you are a buff little gnome. You know, magical steroided up gnome, and you'll take that off and flex, and there is that sort of pause from these very drunk 16 and 17-year-olds will kind of pause, and she'll go,
I'll be like, seriously, sit down, let's talk.
With a 3 success, she will stop, and she will sit back down. And we'll come back to you in a minute, okay?
No problem.
All right, let's go back to the ruins, back to then Nikephoros and Istvan. What do you guys want to do now?
Okay, well, I guess I still have the one question. So that's,
absolutely.
Does it look like this glassy, the very hot part of the fire? Does that look like something an elemental would have left? Is that what we're dealing with?
It definitely looks different from the texture of the fire elsewhere. It's so hot and it's so contained to that spot that it smells of magic to you. It smells of something distinct and magical and different. It looks like the fire hit there and then moved out to the rest of the building. Elemental you're uncertain about, but definitely a magical.
Okay.
That's like a reasonable answer?
Right.
Okay.
That's a reasonable answer. So I guess the next thing that I'm curious about is did this guy have enemies? Was he setting up a business that would compete with someone who would want to get rid of him?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So I mean, I'm going to use I've got my street network. I've got a lot of contacts, so I'm going to sort of get the word out in the street. I want to know who might have it in for this guy.
Okay. Let me have you make that roll with your streetwise.
Streetwise, yeah. So that's.
And I'm going to come to you in a second, Nikephoros. Nikephoros. I'm going to mispronounce made-up names all night.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm
good
thinking.
roll.
Nice and easy.
You will get back. You have the network of people. You get back fairly quickly. That despite his name, Abnero is respected. People like him. The Thieves Guild are actually actively have people out trying to figure out if somebody burned the building because he's a paying customer. Any people that he has as enemies are just moderately disgruntled. It doesn't look like he has anybody that would actively wish this on him. Nobody that you can think of that would hire somebody or would do that. That does seem to you like a dead end. Does that seem reasonable? Okay. Okay, Nathaniel, how do you want to approach? You've kind of looked around the building now. What do you want to do?
I tell Istvan it doesn't seem like much of my bailiwick. I could definitely look into finding the criminals who did this and punching them.
Okay. The punching them has to come after the finding them part. So do you have any suggestions for how to do that? Or we could just walk around punching people at random until we get the right one.
Eventually you'll find the right one.
Which is my usual plan B, but I think we should take the plan A for the president. Actually see if we can figure out who did this.
You have some modest social skills. Is there anything you want to do with that?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
In the midst of the ruins.
Well, you could certainly, if you want to move off from there, you're certainly welcome to. Don't want to lock you into a particular scene. Or should I put pause and we'll come back to you, or?
No, Ishti, investigate away.
He's gone and he's talking to his street network as he's doing that. Do you want to just tag along with him, or do you want to go and talk to other people? How do you want to do that?
I guess I'll go. Is there anyone in the area?
Oh yeah, it's a building's burned down. The neighborhood's out. They're watching all of this.
Yeah, I mean, you could just go and talk to the neighbors and see if they have anything that they might have seen or if they know anything about the situation.
do some.
Some simple detective work.
Right.
I'll talk to the neighbors about it.
Okay. Why don't you make a charm roll for me? That's you've got a +1 in that, and that seems like a decent approach.
Nope.
Ooh.
0.
We're just not hot on the rolls today.
Well, it is fate dice.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of, when they get the sense that you're the city guard, and they do kind of avoid you, talking about some of the things. One old guy will come over to you, and he will say, "Young man, right? You're
Yes,
a man,
old
right?
stuff.
Yeah. I want to tell you what I saw last night."
Tell me, looking
Yes.
welcoming.
And he leans forward and he puts his hand out.
Oh.
Money.
You thought your
I
hand.
take out a copper piece. Yes. It's all about money.
Yeah. So is a copper piece a lot, a little? How are you dropping this for him?
Enough for him.
Love the money.
So just the most minimal amount to extricate the information.
Yeah.
He takes it. He looks at you, bites it. He'll say, grudgingly, because it's still a copper, he'll still be able to buy some watered down wine. Last night, as it turned to midnight, I saw a great streak of green fire that fell out of the sky and struck the warehouse. It came down from the heavens itself, and it struck the warehouse. And for a while there was a glow of green, and then that turned to the red of the flames of the fire. And then I went inside because it was hot out.
Green fire.
Don't forget a light wrap.
Yes.
Any other details?
Not for you, Skinflint. And he'll go back in his house. So we'll come back to Father and Finley, and Abnero is there. Has given you the information on the merchants, and his contacts and things like that. What else do you want to do? Continue with him or move on to something else?
Well, I had prepared a rousing sermon from the Inky God's Psalms on keeping copies of your books, but I guess we'll back pocket that for now.
Okay.
So the contacts came back and he's pretty well respected. Even Thieves Guild is actively searching for him. Right for the perp. We didn't really learn much of the use from him. So.
You could finish up with him and move on to another avenue of
Let's
investigation.
go ahead and finish up with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will thank him. You'll reassure him that you're on the beat. Why don't you make a simple? Do you have charm or even deceive to kind of convince him that you guys are really gonna track this down?
That were legit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got deceived.
All right.
Because
That works.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Damn.
So you
Lose it to the name.
will reassure him, bluff him that yes, you guys are. Oh yeah, we know exactly what we're doing. We've handled this kind of thing all the time. And he will listen, and he definitely calms down. He's not going to raise a fuss on this, and he seems reassured. So, what's your guys, Finley, Father? What's your next avenue investigation then?
What do you think, Finley? See if he has any. See if there's anyone in the wine bar business.
That's kind of what I was originally thinking, is who doesn't want that venture of his to succeed?
Mm-hmm.
So we can streetwise around looking for that.
Okay. Which one of you wants to do that sort of rundown?
Let's go do that.
So streetwise roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, ow.
Damn.
It's when you talk to people, it's like they don't even know what a wine bar is down here. It's all taverns and ale houses and places where they give you beer, and that's a legitimate sort of location title for down here. You go in and say wine bar, and they're like, "What?
What? Why would somebody do that?
Turned down for what?
That's your sense of that. What about you, Father?
Well, your father is definitely better with books and bureaucracy. Yeah, I'll check. Maybe, actually, let's do this here. I think we will tag an aspect here. Can still pull a few strings and see if there's anyone in the vigilance that might be a little bit bent, might have maybe some skin in the game on some wine, local bars.
Okay. So what skill do you want to? Do you have streetwise?
Here we have. I've got investigator commerce.
Okay. Let's have you actually make that as an investigate, and you can tag the aspect to give yourself a +2.
Okay.
Or reroll, depending on how badly you roll.
Yeah, we'll decide which way that goes after I blow this roll.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or not blow that roll.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
So you will talk to some people. You'll be asking about things and kind of asking sort of cross-line to the vigilance, and you will definitely get some local merchants around here, and they will say a couple of things to you. One is that they're pretty sure they saw some of the vigilance arrive and move some things out of the warehouse while it was still burning.
So they weren't overly concerned with actually putting the fire out.
They'll say they did end up doing that, but the fire wasn't in. It looks like it didn't get to some parts of the warehouse, and they looted it. We didn't want to say anything because we don't want to cross them, but you should know that. The other thing is, they'll say, is there's a thing they do when there's a fire. They'll let people go, scavengers. They have some people that they know that are scavengers for loot and things that will pay them coin to let them go through the ruins afterwards. And we definitely saw them do that last night. After the fire was done, there was some coin exchanged.
There was some pre-looting.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely points some fingers as to where the wine went.
So that's what you will get from them. we cut the scene. We do the pan, the wipe to still the tension of the six sort of drunk vigilants. They're leaning back a little bit more, and Bataza has sat down, still trying to demonstrate her command of the situation, but she's crossed her arms, and she has benevolently sat back to give you her attention. This is her house, so that is just a little bit to her advantage in this situation. But she will say, go on.
Okay, I'm gonna reach into my coat and pull out a pipe, and then I'm gonna light it while talking. So, Batara, mind if I call you Batara? I mean, we're practically friends at the moment. Let's
I would, except my name is Bataza.
Sorry, my gnome Tom can't really understand. I do apologize. No, I'm generally sincerely apologizing for that. I'm sorry. Let's go over what we know. Warehouse burnt down just pretty much yesterday. Would it be yesterday? Yeah, it'd be yesterday. Last night, burnt down. Owner looks really worried about that. You are responsible for your people for making sure fires in that area is taken care of. Am I right? You don't have to answer. It's fine. Just a conjecture. Just interrupt me when you think I'm doing something wrong. I come back to find that you've kind of done your job. I mean, the fire was out now, and it's fine, but you're in here celebrating with a whole bunch of wine cases that probably most certainly were not here last time anyone was around. Now, this can go one or two ways. I has to take a puff. Now, we can do I can take you all to the station, we can put you all through theft, the whole problem with it, everyone gets worried. Or you can tell me what I want to know, and you can ensure that certain barrels are returned to the place that they were left, to the person who owns them by today, by sunset, and we won't be hoping that your rivals won't be taking over your spots. I think that's fair, don't you?
Make another charm roll for me.
Oh, god damn it, I'm so bad at charm. Charm.
You don't have any aspects to tag on that, do you?
No, I have sincerity, and that's because I'm being sincere. But it's not going to matter. It depends on how bad I roll or not. So let's do this. +1, already written in.
Oh.
2.
Yeah, that's better.
It's better.
She says, it seems to me, Tink, is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tink.
It seems to me...
my enemies.
Well, it seems to me, Tink, that you have stated the situation correctly. The fire happened just a short time ago, and of course, we haven't yet had a chance to speak with the fine merchant Evnero the Jackal to tell him about the wine and olive oil that we were able to rescue from his burning building.
Oh, was that his name? Huh. I didn't even know that. Thanks, appreciate that. So, since we're all being cooperative, why don't you tell me everything from the top that you know, and we both won't have more jail cells filled with your men.
Fair enough. Certainly, we had been planning on delivering the goods to the merchant this afternoon after things had settled down. So it's not a problem, I assume.
I pour myself a glass of wine.
Yes. So some of my men might have been overly enthusiastic with the bounty that arrived for them. Fair enough. So let's not point fingers.
No offense, but I fully believe that the dust cannot function without everyone giving everything they can to society, and you are doing your best to give to society. And as long as you stay on the side of the law, that's how it will be.
Fair enough.
So,
we arrived at the warehouse. Mm-hmm. The fire was raging. We saw that we had a choice between trying to slow what was an intense blaze. We certainly weren't going to be able to contain it, or we could attempt to salvage some goods for the merchant. And we took the later option, and we salvaged goods, and we brought them back here. As soon as we got goods out, we then turned to contain the fire so it did not spread beyond the warehouse. And I sincerely apologize, Officer Tink.
Just think,
For
please.
not-
We're friends. We're friends.
Just think.
Just think.
Good.
Just think. It's fine, Baz.
I sincerely apologize for not being quicker on the draw to report the incident to the guard.
So you're telling me all that you did was take the wine, bring it here, and that's it? That's all you know?
Absolutely. And we're slow on the draw to report that, and my men drank more than they should have, and I will make sure that Master Abnero is reimbursed for that.
Who turned up at the location? Were you there?
I was there, yes, along with all the men.
Okay, tell me about the fire.
It was strange. We've seen arson before. It usually comes from the outside, someone breaking in, pulling open a door or window, lighting on the inside. It seemed like something caught fire in the middle of the building and spread out.
Now, Baz, can I call you Baz? It makes it easier on my tongue. I do apologize.
Fair enough. Tink.
Now, let me just be clear here. The longer this investigation goes, the more people are going to ask me some questions. The more people ask me some questions, the more I'm going to have to bring them up to you. The more people ask you any questions, things get a little bit messy, and I don't want that. You don't want that.
No.
Are you sure there is nothing else you can tell me right now that happened? Things you saw, people you spoke to, any deals you made, anything at all? If you've told me everything,
one more charm roll here.
Oh, damn, and this is going to be the big one. This is it. If I fail this one, I've lost the case, guys. I'm sorry. Here goes.
Uh-oh.
It's a 1, and you know what? I want to make sure there's absolutely nothing left, so I'm going to blow my last fate point on this to use sincerity opens the way.
I love it when I hear people say blow their last fate point. It's my favorite. You know, I may have left out one detail.
Oh, scandalous.
No. It slipped my mind until now. There's a former vigilant who retired from the service, who sometimes comes and watches the fires, and afterwards sometimes he goes and looks around the ruins to see if there's anything that's been anything salvageable. If you take my drift.
I think I got you.
Yes, and this gentleman we let go in because he's an old friend of ours by the name of Dokram.
Dokram, huh?
But that's the only thing otherwise that I can think of.
Where can I find Dokram?
Dokram's probably over, and she'll give you a neighborhood a ways away. There's a tavern there. His girlfriend has an inn of kinds, kind of a bakery / inn that's over there.
What's her name?
Her name, and she'll kind of look around, and one of the guys will say Sindel.
Thanks, Holmes. So we tried this wine. It's really good.
That's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And she will kind of wrap that conversation in the sense that that she's going to return the wine. She has given you what she has, and they are pouring things back into barrels even now.
I'm going to get up and be like, Baz, it's been a pleasure. I sincerely hope you keep doing your work to the community, and only your work to the community from now on. The God is watching. Have a good day.
Fair enough. So I'm going to, if I may, assume that you guys meet up after this. Does that seem reasonable?
Yes,
reasonable.
Fair.
Okay.
Oh my God, guys, I almost died.
Looks like you can use a drink. I know a guy who's going to start a wine bar.
No more wine, please. I genuinely thought I was not gonna die. Woo! So let me tell you what happened to me. So, I give them the lowdown. And
Right.
anyway, what I've discovered from that is hopefully they'll return the wine to this jackal person, so at least he'll be happy. And that Dokram was the last salvager who went in after the fire went down to see if he found anything important. He may have seen something, he may have not, but it's a lead.
Right. Well, we found out from investigating the warehouse that it was definitely magical in origin. Some sort of spell or elemental started the fire.
Green fire,
Yeah,
Oh,
green
fire.
green flames. Yeah,
according to a
Green
little
flames?
old man.
yeah.
Do I know?
Greetings,
Do I know
old
any?
man.
Francis, do I know any magic that does that?
Let me see. I think you have. Let me check your skill list here for Tink. I'll let you make a magic roll.
Okie doke.
You think Laura could determine?
Sure, I'll let Laura roll. These are difficult
Yeah.
checks.
I'll go for a more check. See if I
Okay.
can figure this out.
3 for me.
Oh, that's 2 L's, not 2 O's.
Okay. And the lore check.
Not really.
There, if something came out of the sky, green flame, that coloring doesn't suggest like an elemental. It suggests something other, some other odd magic. However, one of the things is looking at the way that the city is in the pit and the sort of direction. You don't think it's that anyone fired a spell down into the building. The arc that the witness that Nicophorus spoke with indicates a sort of a straight fall down. So it doesn't seem like a rogue mage or sorcerer. It does seem like something weird and unusual.
Well, hopefully we'll find out more when we speak to Dokram. He might have found something in the area that brought it back. Could it be that you leave something in the middle of the room and that summons the green fire from afar to that particular spot? Would that work? Like, say you have like a focus, you put it somewhere, you leave it there, and at a specific time it activates and summons the green fire.
It paints
Like a magical homing beacon.
Right.
Kinda.
Or it could be that the warehouse wasn't the target at all. It just struck somewhere in the city at random.
Well, like I said, we'll find out when we see Dokram.
So you guys will head along the streets there, moving and heading over to the neighborhood that they described. And just for the sake of things, I'm going to say that Nicophorus, you're kind of at point, since you haven't had a chance to kind of it's all been very investigative and very looking at things, and you would rather be
that's fine. Yeah.
punching things. Up ahead, you can hear there's like a kind of a hue and a cry, noise, and certainly a disturbance the next block up. That at first you thought it was maybe the celebration that's going on a little ways away, but there's actually some screaming and shouts up ahead. What do you want to do?
I'll just wait for the others to. I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
If I hear it, I'm charging straight there.
Okay.
Because fuck it, someone's making noise. What's going on? Woo!
Okay. So let's kind of everybody. We're going to actually kind of do an order on this. Why doesn't everybody make a roll? We'll kind of do it just initiative order for the purposes of doing the sequence here.
Athletics?
And it'll be athletics plus a fate roll. And
yeah, 0. I'm like, what's that noise? I have no idea. I'm gonna take my time getting there.
The wine got to you.
I'm just really bad at rolling today, guys. Just, I'm sorry. No rolls above 2 today for me.
okay,
That's it.
so
Fuck
let me
fate.
just quickly record this.
It's not all fun if every roll succeeds.
Yeah, true.
Nika
Compared to Chris, fucking on fire.
4.
This is true.
Chris.
Yeah, watch when it comes time to hit something, it'll be
Yes.
different.
2 and this is 2 and 0. Right. Okay. So Finley, Nika 4 is a little bit ahead of you, and you see him kind of stop and listen. But as you guys kind of are coming up on them, and you will hear in the distance that hue and cry and that the sounds and noise going on the next block up. What do you want to do?
Oh, here we go. Drop my sword. And charge forward. City guard!
All right. Why don't you make a as you get up? I think probably going to have you actually make an armed combat roll for your sort of combat perception.
Okay.
As you turn that corner, this will kind of determine the level of details that you get there.
Okay.
Okay. So even up to 0, you will hit that corner, and you will see that there is a courtyard that widens out, and there are people, citizens running every which way. And you will see that there are 2 groups that seem to be about to brawl. On the one side, you will see this figure, great big bushy beard, Alan Moore beard down to his midsection, and a coat of many colors, this rainbow coat that he has on that is incredibly faded and threadbare, and you will see in the air around him are dozens and dozens of bright fluorescent butterflies, and behind him is a group of another like a dozen people in sort of rough clothing and little marks of butterflies. Has that feeling of a priest and followers. And across you will see is a woman in what looks like a leather apron. She has a hammer, looks like must be some sort of mason or bricklayer, and you can see that she has a rough sort of tumble workmanlike crowd, and they have bricks. And you will see as this goes on, you will see the guy with the butterflies gesture, and the butterflies fly and strike at the guys holding the bricks. And the butterflies hit them, and blood sprays out.
Oh, wow.
And then bricks are flying the other way, and it looks like this general melee has broken out. So you hit the corner, get that sighting, see that. Nikephoros, what do you want to do?
And you all see him just freeze as soon as he rounds that corner.
Yeah, I have to. My character has to head home because, sorry, I'm not feeling well.
Sure.
Yeah, I have to go.
Oh, fair enough. Absolutely.
It's okay, man. See you later.
All right,
Bye.
you take it easy.
We will.
Yeah.
He runs around the corner. He gets hit in the head with a brick and goes down.
Catches him. He'll go dropping down, and that'll be the sign to you guys who are back a little ways that something heavy is going down when he crashes to the ground. Istvan.
Okay. Well, this guy with the butterflies, he seems
Kind of
like
hit the corner, and you'll see Alan Moore with butterflies and woman in leather apron, and the crowd's behind them.
Okay, I think the guy with the butterflies is the bigger problem. I
agree.
Drop the butterflies and put your hands on your head.
Wait, what? He says, wait, what? It's around the corner. I'm like, what?
It sounded better in my head. What?
All right, why don't you make a presence check for me, Istvan? Oh, a 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you kind of come around the corner, shout that. You move a little bit across the courtyard. You're positioned closer. You will see that there's a group of about a dozen guys that are behind the butterfly guy. And when you shout that and they hear city guard, about 3 or 4 of them take this kind of step back away, like, oh, we were just watching, and they'll kind of
Just gonna walk away. So good.
they'll peel off and kind of step back, like they don't want to get, if the city guard are here, they don't want to get caught in the middle of that.
Good Lord.
So then we go to Father Duplicitous.
Oh. What can we do here? I'd like to try to see if I can determine how those butterflies think.
Absolutely.
You
Why don't
pull out a cult or something.
Okay, that's actually going to be it's actually going to be a divine roll for you.
Divinity roll. I can handle that one. Whoops. 40. Let's try that at the end. There we go.
Oh, nice. You kind of get around the corner and you will look, and you will get that sort of glow. This guy is the avatar of a very little god. And you kind of think very carefully, like, okay, there's a butterfly god named Chindarum, very small god. This guy is clearly the avatar. I mean, he's filled with the divine power, and he's clearly using that. Not a big god, very little god, but he's got some potent power. He's whipping around there.
Is this bitty god a benevolent god or a malevolent?
Generally, it's one of those nature gods that's cyclical. The chrysalis and cocoon and things like that. They're very much sort of, it's all about the earth and so on. So neutral.
Butterflies of death.
Butterflies.
Well, now the butterflies, their wings are cutting these people. Blood is everywhere.
So this is not the rebirth phase.
Right. We're going to come to Tink. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna straw riper in. Are they still fighting?
There is a battle going on. The other figure, the figure with the leather apron, you will see, she actually gestures, and you will see bricks fly past her.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly not thrown, but magically being projected, and they're going back and forth between these two groups.
I was hoping they were standing next to each other, but they're not, are they? They're too far away.
About a good 20-foot gap between them right now.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to one of them, and I'm going to put my hand on them, and then say, "Please stop throwing butterflies / bricks across the town. You're hurting people." And when I put my hand on them, I'm gonna paralyze them.
So, which one are you going to?
Do
you want to head to Crazy Alan Moore or Leather Apron?
Oh, I'm gonna go to Alan Moore first, because Alan Moore's got butterflies. That seems more like my kind of thing.
So you are going to have to cross a danger zone. So I'm going to need you to make an athletics check here.
Boy, I wish I had that core guy right about now. God damn it. Okay, let's do this. Oh shit! I have to get a 4. Fuck. Oh well, here goes nothing. 4 exactly. Wow, my life sucks.
Okay, let me do my roll here. So you will go running through, and you will take a stress box. Okay, you have to deal with one point worth of stress there.
I'll take it.
Okay, and so you will get caught by that as a stray brick grazes across your head, and you're going to move up to the avatar of Chindarum, the butterfly god, and you are going to attempt to inflict him with the paralyze.
Yeah, I'm just gonna freeze his body.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's probably a spellcaster, and you know what? Best thing to do with spellcaster is make them not move. So I'm gonna touch him, freeze him, make him fall over.
All right. So this is going to be a contested roll. You're going to roll your magic versus his will.
Okay, doc. Let's do this.
I wish I could actually cut and roll.
Oh my God, Lloyd! What is wrong with you today? You just can't roll for shit.
It's good. When I hear that, it makes me happy. We'll see.
No, sorry.
So you will resist that, but you will have a boost on your next action against him, okay?
Gotcha.
So you'll be able to invoke that. You will see Tink go running up through this and grabs onto the butterfly god avatar and grabs on him. You guys are still far enough back that you're not taking any damage. And it actually, the butterflies and bricks are flying, so it isn't injuring the crowd around here right now. They are merely firing at each other and doing damage that way. So that was the only person who would be targeted on that. So we come back up to the top of the next round. Finley.
Do we know who the woman in the apron is?
No, but she looks like she's winging the same kind of crazy magic in a different aspect at the situation.
All right, I am going to march over there where she can see me.
But not in the killing zone?
I'm going to have to go into the killing zone, yes.
Okay. Make your way up through there. I'm going to have you make that athletics check there.
Okay. Especially because if this doesn't go the way I'm hoping it will, I will need to wait in there. So I might as well wait in there up front.
So you are able to dodge through, and then what do you want to do?
I want to whip my rapier through a dazzling display, get her attention, and then order her to stand down.
You want to use
stand down.
Your armed combat as a means of intimidating?
I do, yes.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll for me there. Oh my God!
Oh geez!
I will take it.
Holy hell!
Chris, from now on you're doing all the rolls, okay?
Yes.
They'll go cold soon enough, but yeah, for now
He weaves through this, and there is that thing where you kind of brush up, and the point of your saber goes in her face, and it is the first time that clearly she registers that there's something else going on here.
Other than the butterfly man, yeah.
Yeah, the power of her god of bricklaying is suddenly she focuses on the sword, and she will step back, and bricks will fall out of the air, and her group kind of is startled and stepping back from that. The six, she's freaked out. You brought her out of her trance there, still glowing with divine power, but disturbed.
I hope their group's called the Masons.
Yes. Istvan, you've peeled off some of these people off the back. It looks like your comrade has gotten up right in the face of the other side. What do you want to do?
So these butterflies and these bricks, they don't look like they're targeting people who run up to them. There's just so many in the air that you have to.
Absolutely.
Right. So stealth would not be useful here. So, yeah, I think I'm going to run up and back up Tink with Alan Moore guy.
Okay. Essentially, want to try and create an aspect on the scene to give him assistance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically.
I'm gonna need it in my rolls.
Yeah. What skill do you want to use for that maneuver there? How do you want to do that?
That's. And I guess I'm going to draw my sword, look intimidating. So maybe a presence roll. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
And that's not much of a.
It's okay. -1.
Okay.
So I will say that you've got essentially a show of force advantage that Tink can invoke on his action.
So we divided his attention. It makes it easy. It gives Tink a bit of an advantage. Okay, that's satisfactory.
Father Duplicitous.
So is Apron Girl actively a threat anymore, or is she kind of snapped out of it?
it looks like actually she's got her full attention on the sword point a hair's breadth away from her nose. But you will see that she does have a gang of about 12 other people behind her who are kind of, they've still got bricks in their hands and looking angry.
I've bought us a couple of seconds if I've done anything, I'm sure.
There we go. Let's see here. Can I use my blessing of ink against multiple targets?
Yep.
I'm gonna blind all of them.
Okay. You're just gonna attempt to try to put the
Just
blind
cast
aspect
fire.
on the mob.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and have you make that divinity roll there.
Alrighty. That was plus 12. Roll. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So they've all kind of that hair's breadth of waiting, the sword pins there, that breath held, and then just a blast of ink will go across their faces. And as much as anything, it's not just that it blinds them, it's that suddenly there's this sort of splash of cold on their faces. Then they'll kind of sort of break and stagger back away from this. Tink.
Now, the sensible thing would be to paralyze this guy and take him down and be, gentle about it and hopefully speak to him. But you know what? I just got hit by butterflies. I fucking pin him to the ground. And I
Okay.
scream, "You're nicked, mate." That's like slam him to the ground. That's what happened. Bam, you're nicked, mate.
No more Mr. Nice Gnome.
No, Mr. Nice, no, fuck that shit.
Right.
Unarmed.
Let's do it.
And
Okay,
you've
so
got
first
a boost and a free invoke.
Oh, because I'm just going to. Oh, now I roll a 6. Thanks. So that if I use the boost, that'll be 7, 8, and if I use the free invoke, that's a 9, 10.
So you grab him, and it is that thing that the gnome lifts him up, flips around, and then there's the boom, and it probably echoes. You probably hear some crunching, both from whatever stuff he had in his pockets, and butterflies that are underneath him when he hits, and maybe a rib or two when he hits, and you will hear from the people behind him, his followers. You'll hear a collective, not because you've committed some act of heresy, but they know that must have hurt. And plus you've got Istvan standing there with Blade, and they will kind of stagger back away, and if you don't move to stop them, they will fade back into the crowd and even beat feet away.
I'm going to turn around, and after doing that move, I'm going to turn and look at everyone and be like, the next person that moves is going to get slammed.
Finley, you have your blade up in this woman's face. The crack of the figure hitting the ground sort of reverberates, and you will see she will raise her hands up, and these guys will kind of stagger back away, trying to get the ink out of their eyes. And they go, whoa, 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 whoa! No need for violence. And essentially, the various followers will fade into the work, and you've got these two little god avatar guys at sword point and slammed to the ground. What do you want to do?
Right, one of us can take them to the station, don't we?
Probably.
Okay, look, I'll take them to the station. You guys go sort out Dokram and see what he knows, okay? How's that?
Or we can go wake up our unconscious other buddy and have him take him back.
That's true. And you do have the
and the mooks.
the slack jaws.
Sure. Yes. I look at him and like, I would really like to know what just happened, but I'm on a case right now, so deal with you later. You're nicked.
No, you can't. You can't. The woman will say, "You can't arrest us. We have a quest."
You're adventurous, aren't you?
Oh God, no! We're not murder hobos. No, we're divine, divinely gifted. Our gods awoken us this morning. A great cosmic thing fell last night from the heavens, fell and dropped down into here, and all of us have been awoken, and we're trying to locate it. You have to let us go. We have to seek this out.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Divine
Oh,
murder hobos.
this is even worse than murder hobos. What's
Well,
this
that's
thing
not-
you saw?
We can give you 5 minutes. Tell us everything you know about this, and we'll decide whether or not that you go. Otherwise, you're just going straight to the station.
Fair enough. Good city guards. We certainly appreciate your benevolence and not cutting our nose open with your fine wicked blade. We don't know what it is. The gods
How
could
do you know
only
when
see
you're
that.
gonna find it? When you find it?
This says pause. We're hoping that we'll be given divine inspiration when we see it.
I hate my jokes sometimes.
Right. So does
Like
your
while-
divine
like while
inspiration
you're
involve
doing it?
throwing bricks and butterflies at everybody who might get in your way?
Well, no, I knew
Laws
that.
in this city.
I know that he was also divinely commanded, and only one can hold this great power that has fallen down, this cosmic strength that has descended from the heavens, and only one can hold it. There will be
So what
others.
So what you're saying is, in order to wield the power of the world, there can be only one.
Yes, that has a ring to it. Yes.
This is
I mean-
worse than last week.
You should really let us go and find it, because it's better us than, say, if there's a war god or something like that wandering around down here.
Nico, could you please take them to the station?
He'll grab them. He's still nursing the brick to the head, and it looks pretty furious. So he will grab them up, and we'll start marching them along.
And do you know what, Tank? Sometimes I hate your job too.
And you guys will head on then, I assume?
Yep. we're like, oh, I can't believe this is happening.
And we tell the slack jaws to put out the word at the station that if anybody sees a god, just arrest them.
Just
haul
arrest
to
them
the
and put them in
station.
jail.
Arrest
even
divinity
bring us
on site. Especially if they're petty gods.
Arrest them on suspicion of conspiring to disturb the peace.
Please arrest all divine beings who were seen in the Death Quarter between the hours of 6 and 7 a.m.
Fair enough.
That's like a board wall.
It's a fair cop. They'll go in. Yeah, okay. And it probably goes out of their head by the time they go away, but they will definitely head on. You guys will move on down the street, making your way to the tavern, the local hangout, looking for Dokram, I assume?
Mhm.
Okay. It's, again, noon. By this point, high noon, the sun has come up, and you will find the lame pony. It looks like it used to be the prancing pony, but the sign got damaged, so they changed the name. And you'll come in. Outside, it's just absolutely filthy and decayed and terrible. And you come in, it's incredibly immaculately kept in here.
Oh,
Clearly-
nice.
Clearly, the tavern keeper, everything's polished. He's sweeping. You'll see there are a few people there. They're all drags and horrible people, drinking their lives away. But the place is very clean.
This I did not expect.
And the innkeep, the tavern owner, will look to you. Oh, good day, sirs. How can I be of assistance to you? 4 gentlemen.
I'd like a drink, please.
Oh, what can I get you? Would you like an ale or a dirty water?
I'll have an ale.
Ah, fair enough.
Thank you very much.
Hey, what?
He pours it. It comes out thick. There are chunks when he pours it, and then the foam kind of comes up. It's freshly oated, sir. And he'll hand it to you.
joyful. I'll take it. I've never done from Limp Pony before. Let's find out what the merchandise is like.
He'll look at you. And you, sirs, how can I be of assistance to you on this fine, fair day?
I'll take one of those waters.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It is as dirty as advertised.
Yeah, sounds
Wait a
perfect.
second. Hold on. I'm going to look straight at him. What's your name?
My name is Burgess. I am Burgess the innkeep.
Looking for a guy called Dockrum. Maybe his girlfriend Sindel.
Oh, well, Dokram's in the back. Lady Sindel is not here, but he's back there if you want to speak with him.
Yeah, that would be great. How long have you worked here?
Oh, me, I've been in service here 6 years.
Have you always been this chirpy?
Oh, absolutely. It pays to have a positive attitude when you're living in a hellhole like the pit.
I should try that.
Huh.
Well, at least the beer's good.
Ah, good.
That was a lie.
It is disgusting, isn't it?
Oh, horrific.
Yes.
How did you serve people this? I don't understand. I'm going to put it back down again, sorry.
Fair enough. That'll be 1 copper.
Okay, no problem.
Tink. You will see he points to the back. There is a fellow, seems to be drinking by himself, a dirty beer. Looks like he's mixed dirty water in the beer to kind of water the thickness down. Is a dwarf. Looks like he's older. Definitely has a lame leg, and he doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you guys.
All right, fellas, how are we going to do this? Because if you don't take charge, I'm just going to lead and start talking. I don't know
So
what's
he,
I don't know what's
so he's
going
kind
on.
of just looking down at the table or looking down, so to speak?
Yeah, he's kind of just drinking and like he's just hanging out, having his alcohol.
Oh. I don't know how to use remote writing here.
Okay.
What would we want to say?
Hi, we need to talk about the fire.
Yeah, I was trying to be a little more subtle, but I think I'd probably do it.
Yeah, fuck, let's.
There we
You know,
go.
when you can't come up with
Direct
anything, go for
approach.
direct approach.
Exactly.
Or cops. Let's just do it.
Served us well in the pit so far.
Hasn't it though?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that direct approach.
Hardly.
I will say that you'll write that. He'll kind of see that in the appear in the water that's on his table, you know, and he'll kind of look, maybe kind of narrows his eyes like he has to sound it out, and then he kind of does this thing and he looks around and he sees you four
I like this.
standing there, and he kind of looks, realizes there really isn't a back way out, and he'll weakly raise his hand.
Hey guys, I think we found the guy.
Gesture you guys over.
I'll pop on in.
Okay.
Take a slide. Actually, no. I'm gonna grab my mug. The 3/4, the tiny drunk mug. I'm gonna take it with me. Fuck it, why not?
He looks around. You know, your city guard, kind of tough. Certainly, Finley's got the weapon showing, and Istvan strong and stout there, and he kind of looks and he will say, "Morning."
Good morning, Dockrum, I presume.
Oh, that's my name. Dockram is my name. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Barge up. We'll sit next to you.
Oh, please, 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 please.
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely. As you wish. Oh, bearer of strange and wondrous magics, how can I be of assistance to you?
I'll let you take the lead this time, guys.
He looks at you guys.
We want to know about the item you found in the warehouse last night. A lot of people looking for it, causing trouble.
He narrows his eyes and he goes, "Wait, what? Looking for it? What do you mean?"
Why don't you tell us where it is first, and then we can answer your questions. This is a one-way street. You don't get to ask us questions like that. We're the
Oh,
guards.
no. Oh, God, no. God, no, 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 no. I didn't mean to offend. It's just weird. Why would anybody be looking for an egg?
An egg.
An egg.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a magic egg. Did you think about that?
Long pause.
Do you happen to have this egg on your person?
Please tell me you have it with you right now.
Or
No,
please tell us he doesn't. That might not be good.
no. Sorry. No, I didn't. It didn't occur to me that. I just thought it was an egg. So I gave it
So why
to.
take it?
I gave it to my girlfriend.
Okay, can you describe this egg in a little bit more detail?
It was big. It was kind of greenish, sort of reddish on the outside. It was pretty. It was a big egg.
Yeah, that's the egg we were looking for.
Yeah.
That's definitely the egg we were looking for.
Oh,
You picked up a big greenish egg from a possibly finished burning building, and you weren't worried what it could possibly be doing there.
And then gave it to his girlfriend.
Then you gave it to your girlfriend.
yeah. It's the kind of thing she likes.
Eggs.
She likes greenish eggs.
She likes eggs.
What did she use eggs for? What could she
Your girlfriend
possibly
a chicken.
want pretty eggs?
Oh, she's a baker.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Where's she work?
She's just a couple blocks away.
Okay, we're going. Bye.
Bye.
Also your next.
Yeah.
Don't leave
We
town.
run.
Okay. You guys will make a dash. Start booking down the street.
We take him with us because we need him to tell us who kills his girlfriend.
Okay. Drag him along. He's a little bit lame, so maybe slowing you down a tiny bit.
You
will
guys
get
go ahead. I'll catch up.
the block. You can see he's indicated where this shop is. You can see that there is a kind of a bakery. You can see that there's smoke coming out of the chimney of the bakery, smell of bread even wafting down here. There's also the smell of maybe burning flesh and the pits of hell. And that's coming from, you will see down about equidistant a ways down the block, you will see this reddish figure, maybe about 8 feet tall. He's got
I guess you
a
didn't want to be
burning whip, a sword. You see he's got some big figures behind him, and so you'll see this war god avatar coming down.
They were talking about you earlier. I'm glad well, there's the War God avatar, guys. They did mention it.
I guess you didn't want to be a muffin.
So let's start with you, Finley. Imagine that right now the block is, let me see if I can kind of do a quick freehand draw here. We kind of, block is like this. Bakery is like that. And then we'll just sort of, for a token, I'll put here's where you guys are at. And let me quickly go and grab something. And let's see here. Copy. And come back to that page. And we'll put this little
Oh, boy.
war god. It's a little bit longer distances. It's a relative scale.
Yeah.
But so, Finley, what do you want to do?
I'll turn to the others and say, you guys go in the bakery and let me take care of him.
You sure you're not going to need a hand?
You'll hear me screaming if I'm wrong.
Okay.
That works for me.
And I'll start
You'll
fighting
be
that way.
fine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's okay.
Walking, running, what do you want to do?
Let's bolt.
Yeah,
Well, this is Finley, so Finley, what do you want to do?
I'm going to get as close as I can.
Okay.
I'm assuming that he is looking for the egg too, so I want to get between him and the bakery.
Okay. Why don't you make a simple athletics roll for me here?
I can type ever. Ooh, okay. Well,
Okay. So you'll get past the bakery, gone up to there. We'll do another little figure to represent the rest of the group there. This is all relative. no zones or anything like that.
Top of the edge, World 20 graphics. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, exactly. Istvan, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna cover the back of the shop. Just go around the back while the others go in the front, just to make sure that nobody runs out the back. We've got the whole building covered.
All right.
I want to do a stealth roll, see if I can
Okay.
get back without anybody noticing.
Absolutely make that roll.
There we go.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Sweet.
Okay. So we will grab another token here. So we'll move you back to the back of the building. Essentially, kind of make your way along the fences and things like that.
Right.
Get back to the back. There is, essentially the washout that's here from the back of the bakery. It doesn't look like there's anybody coming this way, but in the distance, like several blocks over, you will hear what sounds like a band of bards, like divine angelic singing. Like there's clearly another avatar coming, but they're a ways away in that direction. All right, Father Duplicitus.
Go running into the bakery, shouting,
Sindel?
Sindel, do not use that egg.
Sindel, don't break that egg!
Do not break an egg. Do not break, fold, or whip that egg.
Run in. You'll come in through that door. Interior bakery. You'll see there's a dwarven woman behind the counter. Kind of run in, and she's shocked as you burst in through there. And what are your exact words?
Do not use that egg that your boyfriend gave you.
She kind of looks startled and uncertain about what's going on there, and she'll go, well, is this a robbery?
Well, not yet.
Not yet. Tink?
I'm gonna drag Dokram into the bakery.
Okay, I'm going to have you make an athletics check because you've got to kind of get up there with this somewhat lame dwarf. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I rolled high. Oh, my God.
So you will also come bursting in, drop Dokram, and Dokram will look.
Did Francis just freeze? As he was about to give us the big cliffhanger moment.
Oh yeah, he froze less yesterday too.
Wow, was it at a very plot relevant moment again that he froze? Because that's just terrible.
It wasn't as bad as this one, no.
This is pretty bad. We get to look and now he's gone. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, if it's like it was yesterday, he'll drop out and then come back in a minute.
Oh, okay, fair dues. As long as I'm really worried because my computer sometimes crashes and it takes me like 10 minutes to boot up, and I'm like, if it crashes during a freaking live hangout, I'm going to kill myself.
It was less than 5 minutes yesterday.
Oh, fair dues. Finley, you shaking hand of this wall got out by yourself. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I'll use that unarmed skill, that precision duelist skill.
I'm thinking
awesome.
about fishing for a compel here because I am trying to keep my fellows safe, which is my trouble aspect.
Oh, fair dues.
Okay.
I've given up fishing for compels. I just do my compels. I'm like, fuck, I'll just keep doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break while we're waiting.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Let us do. No problem, guys.
And getting
I really hope no one's watching this live, because otherwise they're gonna have to have 5 seconds of us just having bathroom breaks and waiting.
Yeah, it's like on radio, just have 5 minutes of static,
I have 2 questions actually. One, Jason, is that the entire collection of Star Wars Saga Edition behind you?
That is indeed the entire Saga Edition.
Have you actually played those games?
Not the whole bit of it. I've run some games with my kids, so I've done a lot of the Clone Wars section of it.
Oh, fair dues. I absolutely love this. I love the new system, but I really miss the Saga Edition because of how incredibly customized it was.
Oh yeah,
I hate my internet.
Luckily, I remembered that from yesterday, so.
Yep, I apologize.
I don't think it was quite as dramatic as your exit yesterday wasn't as dramatic as this one was, though, because we were just about to get to something.
Just so you know, you ended it when you said we got into the room, we dropped Dokkum on the floor, and
then he had this
Oh,
look.
God.
they were like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay, let me pull the roll 20 has to reload here for me. So he will say, Crystal, where's Sindel? And Crystal, the woman behind the counter, will say, she's in the back baking.
Oh God.
Whoops, wrong gal.
Oh God. In
And
this case.
we're going to cut to Finley at that point.
I'm starting to think maybe breaking that egg is the right thing to do.
Finley, you will see this figure, great, 8 feet tall, burning whip and sword, and he sees you, and he will kind of, they've been marching, and he'll kind of mosey up close to where you're at, and he'll say, morning.
Morning. City guard, I'm afraid I'm going to ask you to stand down. Nope.
Yeah, there's one of you.
One god, one city guard.
He looks at the group behind him, and he'll say, fair enough. And he will step up and puff his chest out, as if to say, bring it. Your action.
Punch him in the face.
Kick him in his god nards. No, I'm going to skip the display of strength this time and just attack.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
Technically, he hasn't actually broken any laws yet.
That is also a good point.
Yeah, but,
Preemptive law breaking.
No, actually, no, he has broken the law. He stepped up to a city guard and told him to bring it. He's just following orders.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Ruining city streets by catching things on fire.
I am going to go ahead
Loitering,
and
jaywalking.
Let's go with a few more.
invoke Precision Duelist to make that a +6.
Okay. So
A good thing
you
too.
will bring that around, and you are lightning fast. And where are you stabbing him?
Probably kind of in the midsection because it's hard for me to reach anything higher than that.
Right.
Without a ladder.
He goes to bring up this sword to kind of block it, and you'll put it right in his stomach, and he'll go, oof.
Wait, did he go oof?
Oof. Oh, that was a good shot, man. My turn now.
Oh, right.
We'll come back to you. Istvan,
Okay.
maintaining your position. What are you doing?
Okay. Is there a way into the building from here?
Yeah, it
From
does
the
look
back.
like there is a back door here.
Okay, I'm gonna enter through the back.
Okay. Simple. Do you have a thief?
Yeah, I've got thief.
You can use
Yeah,
thief,
that's-
or you can use physique to kick it in.
No, I'm definitely using thief. That's my
Okay.
best skill.
Make that roll.
And terrible roll, but great skill. So I've got a 3.
Pop open the simple lock, wander in, kind of come in. The heat will kind of hit you from the kitchen here. You'll see sacks of flour, and you will make your way in, and you will see this large baking kitchen, ovens, pots boiling, flour being kneaded, all that kind of thing. And you'll see this dwarven woman who, when she sees you come in, will scream because essentially this thief has just come in her back door there. You don't see... Pardon?
City guard, ma'am. We're investigating a report of a stolen egg.
Take quick,
And-
she's under attack.
Father Duplicitous, you'll hear a scream from the kitchen. clearly back behind the counter there.
Well, try to clear the counter, kick down the door, get into the kitchen.
This is an
This
athletics
poor woman
check
is
for
clearly
you.
under attack.
What do you want to do?
We're gonna do that. We're gonna figure out what the hell my
How well?
athletics was. It was only +1. That's what I thought. Clearly, this poor woman is under attack by the egg.
Oh my
holy
God!
Oh my, you are so good at fucking. You're like this woman in trouble.
Goes into slow motion, vaults the counter, hits the door, rolls, comes up, and you'll see this dwarven woman who now is startled by John Woo, style doves fly out as you roll in there, and you will see Istvan's got the back door secured, and she's like, "What's going on?"
City guard, where's the egg, ma'am?
She goes, "What egg? What?"
On your boyfriend,
Green
baby.
egg.
Oh, she points to the stove.
Oh God.
What did you make out of that?
Pardon?
What did you make out of that?
It's egg salad for later.
We are going to have to confiscate the egg salad.
Tink, what are you
We have
doing?
reason to believe that it constitutes a public health risk.
I'm going to go inside the bakery. As
Sorry,
they're mentioning
my
this.
internet's turned to freak out.
Okay. Hate it.
Are the egg do I hear everything?
So we'll assume you hear everything. You get in. You'll see the father is going to provide a little bit of reassurance there. She's still startled by his athletic display. Istvan's got the back door secured, and she points to the thing. You'll look over, and you'll see this big pot of boiling water, and there's this enormous egg bouncing around in the pot of boiling water.
I'm gonna try and take it out. Fuck, I've got iron hands. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out.
Okay, that is going to be a physique roll, sir.
Hard-boiled evil egg.
I have iron hands. I can block strikes of swords with that. Does that help?
I'll give you a +2 on this roll.
Okay. I'm gonna need it because I was with a 3, so 5.
So you will see Tink reach in to this pot of boiling water and just grab and pull out this divine cosmic egg that is partially hard-boiled.
Oh, it's only partially hard, so it's soft-boiled, so it's still edible.
It's not well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I cracked it open, I could probably eat it now.
You need a little salt and pepper.
Yeah, true, you're right.
We'll come to that in a second. All right. Meanwhile,
It's the only way to stop this madness is just eat the egg. It'll be done.
this war god,
Can't argue with
you
that.
stabbed him in the gut, Finley. He's kind of holding on to it, and you'll see him clock back with his blade and go to swing at you.
Hell's bells.
Take like a man.
That's not a very good roll. You
He
can
said
make your
4.
athletics or your armed combat.
I'm coming. Yes, please that. Oops. Ah.
You know anything get that for that?
So he
I'm gonna
just catches you a little. You'll kind of pull the sword out and bring it up to parry, but the force of it will probably smack the blade into you and hit, and blood will kind of come out of your forehead from that hit, and you'll stagger back a moment. And he will say, "You need to stand down, guard boy."
Wow.
Your action.
Don't take a shit, Finley. Don't take a shit.
Mad should have attacked an officer? I don't think so. Okay. I'm going to try to feint around to the other side here.
Okay.
Ooh, that's probably not going to work.
Depends on what he rolls.
Are you
50-50.
trying this for a feint to set up a maneuver or a strike?
Actually, yeah, let me try to create an advantage here.
Okay. All right. In that case, we do that versus his notice score there. So, do you have a fate point to spend? Do you want to do that, or do you want to just let that be?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah, and I'll invoke spotting weaknesses.
Okay, so you will tag him with a spotted weakness. You can see that he is a war god avatar guy, still human, and when he got bigger, a lot of the armor stretched, so there's a lot of gaps in it right now.
Okay.
And you'll get a free invoke on that.
Okay.
And we'll go to Istvan.
Okay.
There's a perfectly soft-boiled egg here. You know what you need to do, Esteban.
Yeah. I mean, I think we need to figure out what to do with this stupid egg.
We lock it up until someone with more magic will know how to see it.
Take it to the guardhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And then we have egg salad sandwiches.
Right.
Divine egg salad sandwiches.
Or we just eat. Yeah. Or we just eat it.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this, sir?
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to eat this thing. This seems like a risky move.
It's the only way to stop everything from happening. But it's already eaten. They can't stop us.
Yeah, but I'm kind of just a little bit apprehensive about eating mysterious soft-boiled divine cosmic eggs.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Istvan?
It's up to you, Tank.
I guess I'm going to try to take the egg back to the guardhouse, sneak it out the back so this war god doesn't see us, and just head back for the station where we've got reinforcements.
Okay.
And figure out what to do there.
So Tink, he puts his hands out for the egg that you have in your hands.
Fine, be boring. Say it's like, oh, that'd be really good in a salad. I'll pass it over to him.
He's not very culinarily adventurous, is he?
I know, he's missing out.
Some people.
How often does he eat a divine egg?
I haven't seen too many divine chickens.
Yep. Istvan, what's your athletics for speed or stealth for slow but hidden?
I think I'm going to go with that with athletics since I'm going at the back and nobody's got me inside. I'm going to try to get to the station as quickly as possible.
Let's have you make that roll as you try to escape the location. And I believe that you have a stunt for escaping, right?
Oh yeah, +2 on thief checks made to escape location.
Oh, I'll give you a +2 on this. This seems reasonable.
Okay.
So a 5.
Okay.
Okay. So Tink, you've handed this off. What are you and the father doing then?
I guess go out and back up our homie.
Okay. Which homie?
Finley.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, no, because I've got a little bit of stealth. I suppose I could go with him, but it's not much. I might just slow him down.
Right. Well, at the moment, I'm not being stealthy. I do have a stunt that, if I'm surprised, I can make a stealth check without penalty to hide. So if I do come into a sight with one of these avatars, I have a chance of them not noticing me.
Yeah, or instead of that, or I just run up and start punching the crap out of a war god. I'm not quite sure which one.
What are you doing, Tink?
I don't see how you can resist the temptation to body slam a god.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go out and punch the god in the face.
Okay. And what about you, Father?
Let's see. Your father isn't exactly a stealthy one, so he's gonna have to. So we'll trust the rogue get it done. So I will follow Tink to take on a war god.
Right. On the other hand, you're the only one who has any idea at all about what this divine egg is.
Yeah, you probably should go with the egg.
You have to go with the egg?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with the egg.
Okay. I need you to make an athletics check then.
All right.
So right now you've got a 5. And duplicitous is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Are you invoking anything on that, or should I know about?
Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I will see if I can make it closer. I'm going to tap Adventurer Accountant to pick out patterns, their search patterns, and
Oh, I like that one. So that will give you guys a total of 9, so you get a 4 edge on that. Let me roll for that. Give you that, and then the pursuit.
Look at all those
Is
pluses.
that. Okay, so you guys are in a good part of town to do this. It is kind of dense. It's a great location, and you'll be kind of bouncing around, catching through here, trying to recall what the layout is, making your way back. You do have the confusion actually of the Swan Damsel Festival. You're able to kind of hit that crowd and lose yourself in that, and you will see as you guys are running along various glowing figures or divine things. You'll see a circle of rats dancing in hands. You'll see plants moving and singing with one another. Little cherubim babies flying about. All of that kind of thing. Everything seems to be here in sort of a divine swirl around. Meanwhile, back at the War God, Tink, you move out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you will see that right now Finley is engaged. The War God is up there. The avatar of the War God. Let me be correct about that. And there are some people with him that are kind of standing back. Let me put them on the map. They're the ones that he gestured to stay back while he went mano a mano with Finley. So we'll put this back here. And we'll drop these guys quickly on the table.
There's 3 of them. But if Finney's having a one-on-one match, I don't want to interrupt him. At the same time, it's a War God. I can't punch him in the face. I'm gonna run towards Finley. I'm gonna say, Finley, give me your legs up, and I'm gonna vault off Finley, jump in the air, and just punch the War God in the face from that jump.
Fair enough. Go ahead and make that unarmed attack.
5.
So you kind of have fainted to the side, Finley, and kind of are got the spot on the thing, and you'll hear that call from behind you from Tink, and probably even before you have a chance to kind of brace for it, Tink will run up and launch off of you, and you'll see him flip up, and his boot goes right in this War God's face. Tiny little gnome foot. But boom, right in there. And the War God will kind of stagger back from that as he takes another set of wounds. He'll have to take that and that.
And when I land, I'm gonna go pick on someone your own size, you big oaf.
So War God is going to swing. Oh, geez, he's so tempting. He is still going to focus and take one shot on Finley. I'm going to say that one of the guys who are back will probably move up and take a swing at you, Tink.
No problem.
So
Finley,
striking at you. Ooh, look at that. That's a good
Nice
roll.
roll.
Oh, must.
So, one point there, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put that in my toolbox then, I guess.
Okay. All right. And on you, Tink, one of these backup guys will swing with essentially a spiked club at you.
Mhm. And I will get hit in the face with a wow. That was a terrible roll.
Wow.
That was a terrible roll.
My second stress box got hit.
And we'll hit you with that second stress box. You guys are moving through the crowds, dashing along, sort of pell-mell, making your way back to the house. Let me have one more athletics roll from Istvan and the father. Ooh, nice.
Oops. Hang on.
Oh,
Huh.
so 7, so that's 3. There are a few moments there where they are kind of hot on your tail. There's clearly some people catch the whiff of the cosmic egg that you're carrying, but you are ahead of them, and they still don't have any kind of informational magic, so all they know is that something has gone past. They have that sense of hot and cold, so no one actually kind of spots you guys as you are almost back to essentially the bunkhouse.
Is there any like big flat areas nearby where people can see?
You probably could get up on one if you wanted to.
Well, I was thinking about using a remote riding and say, they went that way and pointing the other direction.
Sure. You could. I would let you do that with your divinity to create an advantage.
Yep,
Go ahead.
I pulled my earplug out. What do I need to roll?
Let's do that with divinity, since it's
Okay.
your divine skills. Create an advantage.
Oops. This is not the geek roller. Let me try that again.
Yeah. Different syntax.
There we go.
Oh, awesome. So
There we go.
you do it in a flourished way that makes it look like a message has been received from on high to them to indicate this great thing, this billboard of, divine egg here and an arrow.
Yep.
Okay. Finley, this war god guy, kind of shakes his head from the boot. Gave you that smack with the sword. It's your turn.
Alright, now I'm going to invoke the gaps in his armor and hope to make the most of that.
Okay.
Yes.
8.
Ooh.
Damn.
That's including the invoke, yeah.
He took that. He will take essentially a gushing arm wound consequence, and you'll see him kind of start whoa, as you see this guy who is pretty much just propped up by the avatar of the war god spirit and go whoa, guardman, kind of trying to hold his arm together there. We can talk about this. Tink, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna look at him like, drop your weapons, get on your knees and put your hands in the air. You're nicked. We're nicking all the gods. No exceptions.
That's right. God Squad in color.
That's a great line. He's bleeding, gushing out here from this. This morning this guy was just a guy who, had a collection of little paraphernalia for the war god, and you'll see him start to shrink back to his normal 4'3" state with the wounds on him, and his as the touch leaves. You guys will get back to Istvan, Father. You guys will get back to the bunkhouse. You'll see your sergeants there. She looks up. She's reading some sort of scrap sheet of notes, maybe doing some kind of elven Sudoku, and it's all in glyphs.
It's the worst kind of Sudoku ever.
You never solve these things.
She goes, what's up with you guys?
Are we there?
I'm going to assume it's just the father and Istvan there right this second.
Gotcha.
We got lunch and got to lock this thing up.
Yeah, Sergeant, we got a divine egg, all kinds of gods all over the city popping up looking for this thing. We got to figure out what to do with it.
I hate gods. We've got an artifact safe. We'll throw it in there. That should mask the smell of this thing, and we'll get a city priest down here from the up top later to deal with it. You guys carry it. I don't want to touch that thing. I don't know where it's been. And she will go over.
Boiling water. Can't you tell?
And she will open up this Rube Goldbergian, multi-dial magic item thing that's on the floor, and she'll open it up, and you can see it looks like there's this lich hand in there, and other various artifacts, and she instructs you to just drop it in there.
Okay. I drop it in there. I'm also scoping out the artifact. This is the first time I've seen this safe, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's anything in there I might want to nick at some later date.
Fair enough.
I don't know how long this job is gonna last.
Right.
But I'm not gonna grab anything right away.
She'll shut that. Your partners, if I may move to kind of a summary here, Tink, Finley, you will march these War God wannabes back to the bunk, I assume?
Yep.
And probably by early afternoon, all of your cells are filled up with various depleted avatars. It's a weird day down here in the pit. All kinds of strange omens and sigils that make no sense go off for the next 24 hours. And eventually, the sergeant has you let most of the avatars, except for the War God, let them go just to clear them out of the cells. You probably spend the next 2 or 3 days cleaning up the fallout from all of this.
We still got time to. If it's early afternoon when we're done, we still have time for that Noble case, guys.
But
Still got time.
Credits freeze frame.
Yes, you do the police squad look there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
And that's where we'll stop, guys. With about 15 minutes to spare.
Yeah. Save the pit.
we saved the pit from the eminent War God and God divine egg.
From outlets.
Why didn't you let me eat the egg? I was like so close. Let me eat the egg. The quickest way to get rid of all these problems. I wanted to arrest anyone. Everyone would just go away.
We didn't have any celery seed, and we're missing a few things.
I have seen one group did break the egg by accident in the process, and it ended up causing a lot of problems. So.
So it'll be a little more than gastrointestinal pains, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for playing along. I'm sorry that we lost that player, but he seemed like he was a little tired early on, so certainly better to stop than carry on. Lloyd, thank you for staying up super late. It was great to play with you.
It's fine, I had I had a lot of friends that were in the game. I was like, I gotta turn up. That guy wants a Gen Con or something. I don't know.
Thanks so much. And Stephen, to get a chance to play with you again, and Chris. Yeah. And I was glad to play with Jason. I think it's the first time we got to play together.
Yeah, we've never played before, though. So.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop because I have a 6 o'clock panel, and then I've got to run again tomorrow at 10, so I'm going to try and catch some sleep. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
Monica.